Hello there, welcome to another talk, and this talk is called Talk on How to Activate Your Heart Chakra. Now, when I'm talking about this, obviously I have to go back to my own spiritual awakening and how I activated my own heart chakra. I sat down one day when I was 24, just under 10 years ago, and I had enough. I was authentic for the first time. And then I started to go through this spiritual awakening. I basically broke down. The old self had broken down, but the reason this all was happening, this dark night, this awakening, was because I was authentic, and basically that means you're heart based. That means you've went within the heart chakra and you've activated it. It's very simple. And then that manifested this spiritual transformation. Just under 10 years now, 24 at the time. I'm 34 this year. So just about 10 years coming up for. And you see, all this, people talk about like divine energies, all the different chakras and stuff. If you're hearing someone that's actually had an awakening, it's a much simpler way of explaining it. It's all about just living from your heart. Live from your heart, and if you go within there and you're heart based, then that is the pathway to source, and then the heart, just let the heart lead the way. That's all I did at the age of 24. I sat down, had enough. I was heart based, and then the awakening manifested because I contacted the source, because I was authentic. You see, most people aren't being authentic. They're not being real with themselves. They're living in a state of denial until it's too late, until they're too old to change. You know, too old they can't go back now because they've missed their chances. You know, they got too many kids, or they got this, they got that, and all because they left it too late. So I had the intelligence to do that, to know at 24 that I had to make a change. And the moment I started the awakening, for a split second, it's like I saw a glimpse of myself in the future, like a lot older than what I am now, and it was like this very evolved new ager kind of person. And at the time I didn't know what was going on, but your activation of your heart chakra doesn't have to be as traumatic as my one was, because I do these talks and have a website and try to reveal easier ways of awakening. Because I went through this awakening, I now know how to give it without, you don't have to face everything all at once like I did. It doesn't mean that you won't get there as quick. Yes, you will. We'd all get there if we all lived from our hearts. You see? And then we'd all activate the heart chakra. And then once you activate the heart chakra is the pathway following that to alignment. See, the chakras all become in alignment once you live from your heart. It's very simple. Live from your heart. That's the way. Listen to that and let that lead you. And then when I did that at the age of 24, then I started to go in this pathway, started to get understanding about things, insight, higher levels of awareness. And ultimately, that pathway that I'm talking about is the God pathway. It's the source pathway. And the source is the perfect balance and harmony between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. You see? And it's unbalanced, these energies in most people, because they're not living from their hearts. That's why a lot of people have blocked chi. Whenever you feel stiffness in your body, could be face, any part, that's blocked chi. And the reason there's blocked chi is because people don't live from their hearts. Therefore, their breathing is short. They've got shortness of breath, and that it's all to do with the way they live their lives. So, to activate your heart chakra, you don't have to have a traumatic awakening. Just live from your heart every day. You can actually awaken through ease, not dis-ease. I awakened like that because I did that to myself. But I've realized that one can awaken without going through that. Like I've spoke about recently about comfort and pleasure. You talk about get out of your comfort zone. I've actually learned through this awakening. This awakening is just showed me to be in your comfort zone, because when you're in your comfort zone, you're living from your heart, you're going with the joy. It takes you to higher levels of your own consciousness. That's what happens. And the reason that is because you're feeling good. You see? And when you feel good, you start to get more inspiration. You see? And there's a power there that I'm hacking into. In other words, you're connecting with the source because you're being heart-based. So that's basically, I've learned many things. That's one of them that I've learned on this awakening path. So just go with what you want, and then that's living from your heart. Go with what your heart is saying to go with, right? And as you do that, you let go, and then you're ascending more with your divine self, which is the pathway to the bliss body. You've got different levels of energy bodies, and you've got orgasmic ones as well, which is you're getting closer and closer to the source. And to do this, you just got to live from your heart chakra, and you don't even, when you live from your heart and you're going with the joy in the heart, you're actually facing everything, even the trauma within you, with ease. You see, and that's the quickest way to ascension. That is the quickest way to ascension. Because like I say, when you're going through this pathway in a traumatic way or hurtful way, there's a lot you're going through. When you go through it with ease, through the heart and joy, you go there much quicker. So you're actually hacking. It's an ascension hack, an awakening hack. When you just go with the joy in the heart. So I had an unexpected spiritual awakening, didn't know what I was doing, but I'm trying to reveal it. Well, I am revealing it in a much easier way so that people don't have to go through that torment that I went through. So that's how you activate it. You just live from your heart. Do what you know to be right, and all this, it gets rid of fears. When you're living from your heart, you're getting rid of all the unconscious traumas that block the heart chakra. Everything is just symbolic. There's just love. That's the only thing that's real. Like David Icke once said, infinite love is the only truth, everything else is an illusion. And the closest representation of what we are is the heart. And within there is a portal to the source. And so, yeah. And it's like yesterday, I was downloaded a new breathing exercise. Where you breathe, you pretend your heart is like a nose, breathing in the source energy. And then you visualize your heart on the exhale, dishing out. It could be light, it could be love, but the power of the heart is dishing outward. That's a new breathing exercise I was downloaded yesterday, because I have my own breathing exercises, which was started to be downloaded onto me, as well as a healing thing, which was downloaded to me at the start of my awakening, but I didn't know what it was. And I threw a few other breathing exercises in there as well from other people, but a lot of it is my own that I made up myself. well, it was downloaded. I didn't make it up myself. It was downloaded to me from the higher self. But that happened because of that moment I had when I was authentic and I was heart based. So that is the pathway to all knowledge, all understanding. Kashyap, everything is in the heart. So that's how you activate your heart chakra, by simply being heart based. And know that that is the pathway to God. And I'm just going to leave it there. For latest updates, talks, news, research, and much, much more, please do visit my website at www.lovelikefamily.com. Thank you.